Hello everyone
What's up?
and welcome. Let's introduce ourselves first of all.
Hi, I'm Jan. I'm the artist here with Enzo, and I do all the fancy graphics you will see in our game very soon.
I'm Nico. I'm one of the programmers.
I'm David. I'm also a programmer. Also do technical art stuff like visual effects, shaders, and whatsoever. Yeah.
My name is Basti. I'm the game designer, doing all the game design stuff and anything else that comes to our mind and no one has time for. So let's start with a little disclaimer. Everything we are showing today is very early work in progress. So nothing is finished at all, and there's still a lot of space for you guys to give input and make things better. Also, if you have any questions or anything you want to say, just put it into chat. Alrighty, I think we can start with our first topic. We want to have our rotation mechanic more in the focus. We started earlier last month with like reworking our narrative a little bit and weaving the rotation mechanic into the narrative. For the longest time we had it like that the rotation is just like a different gravity, but we really didn't like the vibe of it, like the feel, and so we decided to expand the narrative and create like 4 different realms. And so the rotation is more like a shift between these realms. We worked on quite some story, but we don't want to share it right now because we want the player or you guys to be able to explore it while playing the game. So we worked quite some time on it, but we can't really share it right now. So we will move to the next topic quite quick here. The rotation ability preview. Maybe you haven't seen the rotation ability yet, or haven't seen the most current version of it. So we're gonna do a little switch here.
You, a couple of scenes from the engine to give you like a little bit of sneak peeks into the development and how things are looking right now. So right now you can see Unity where we are developing our game, and I think we'll just start playing and show you the rotation ability.
Yeah, so pretty much the base of the rotation works like that you can just while walking in the world, you can hold right click and the rotation wheel opens, and then you can choose any direction and rotate towards it. So you have like 4 dimensions more or less you're working with, and this will be shown later when there's a lot more work to do. It will change like the realm you're in, and we don't know how much we can show it visually. Depends on a lot of factors, but mostly like our artist resources. We've been talking about the rotation ability a little bit in the past few weeks and months, but never really showed it. But now we are ready, so we wanna show it real quick here. So you can rotate, and while rotating you can press a button to activate the ability. The ability itself has a cooldown. Let's just do it. It's like that, and then you press a button. It was quite short, and then you turn like into a meteor, and on impact you deal damage. But in the beginning you don't have like the whole meteor thing. You are mostly like just like the meteor without the impact, without the explosion, pretty much. And through the course of the game you can collect different modifiers for the meteor. And upgrade it pretty much. For example, adding the explosion or reducing its cooldown or stuff like that. And we also wanted to add a little bit more backtracking to the game itself, and we decided that we go with the rotation as well for that reason. Just how we said, like getting the rotation more into the focus of the game, and that's why we have like these walls. But we need to pick up something first, right?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not too good in the Unity, so our programmer has to do it. Yeah. For example, like in the game, you will probably drop like a fragment or something from a boss. We don't have bosses yet, or fragments that can drop. So
this
imitate.
is something you will pick up in the game. Then you can drag it in, and as you see, if we do the ability like up on this barricade, it will do nothing because the fragments are
bound like to the world rotation.
Yeah, and this specific fragment is bound to the right world rotation, and if we do it now on the right,
it's left for the player.
Left.
For the world, it's still right.
Yeah.
A bit confusing.
If you do it now, you will crack the barricade and you will go through.
Yeah, and this basically works really well with the narrative because we have like these 4 realms, and every realm is set into a different world direction, pretty much.
Is this just a test level or one of the worlds?
Yeah, this is pretty much one of the worlds already. This should be the starting area, Jan, I'm not sure.
Yeah, one of like very soonish after the
Oh yeah, like
area.
right behind the starting area, I think.
Exactly, yeah. But of course, it's still not finished like at all. It's just it consists for now just of I think 2 assets, really, like 2 3D cubes, and it was just meant for visually pleasing for the test, I say, and it should keep the aesthetic of this cubic world, but only for this area, and the other areas are more dynamic, more nature or something else. But this special biome is consistent of these mystical cubes.
Yeah, exactly. How do I keep track of which way is north? Yeah, we're struggling with that as well. We definitely want to go with like a compass kind of thing that always shows you in what direction you are currently rotated to and where like the world rotation is, so you see the difference between it. We don't know how much UI is needed for that. We also want to give color clues to directions, especially for the barricades, for example. Like the north barricades have a different color than the south barricades, for example.
In general, the realms are like theme based, so you will notice the difference between the realms. We also thought of making or giving the world hints of the real world rotation. So, for example, giving the character hair gravity, so you always see where the real bottom is, for example. So we want to or thought of giving hints directly in the world to show what to give the player the hints where he currently is.
Like the environment should be able to tell the player as well where which direction is. So together with the AR, with the UI, we hope it works out in the end. Okay, let's hop into the player progression.
But the rotation was confusing. Now it's getting
Okay, this is just some work in progress thing I'm currently working on and try to scare our programmers. It's inspired by the skill tree of Path of Exile, and basically in the beginning of the game you choose one of 4 classes that each give you another really game-changing passive ability, and the starting points are like the purple dots on the outside. Let's say you choose that class, and then you can level up like by killing enemies or completing quests like in RPGs, and then you get skill points, and you can put the skill points into the system. But before you do that, you can, for example, have that green circle and rotate it as well in 90 degrees intervals. So each point is like a different passive, like 1% attack speed or a bit of cooldown reduction or like resource generation. But if you don't like the ones that are here, you can rotate it by 90 degrees and have another path for you that you like more. And then when you chose your path and went through it with all skill points, you get to choose another more impactful passive that you can rotate as well. So you can choose freely between all four or how many they are. And then maybe there comes another green circle with another path and stuff like that. Yes, it's all about rotation, exactly. And we wanted to have it, have the rotation not only in the gameplay, but also like, for example, in this example, in the UI as well, and in the skill systems, and like have it broader in the whole game.
Bringing the rotation into more fields in the game, not only the rotation itself, but as Basti said, also something like the UI. I don't know. You could tell us what your opinion is on that. Do you like that, or is it
too much rotating?
Too much rotating.
Not that you are feeling like a rotisserie chicken after playing our game. And I think it opens up a lot, for the narrative, for example, as well, and having like all these four sides pretty much, and having that go through the whole game can be pretty cool. Okay, let's move to the next topic. That's a shorter topic as well. We didn't work much on it yet, but we got quite a lot of feedback on our itemization. The general consensus was that like the itemization itself, it's like very RPG-like, and people mostly liked the idea of having like some RPG elements in a Metroidvania, but the people didn't really like the way you're acquiring your gear, like having it very like having random drops and having to grind enemies the whole time and just for drops and too much randomness. So we will definitely work on the acquiring part of the itemization. For example, maybe we will do something like after quests you can choose one of 3 items, or like having the drops be more specific, so you don't have to farm everything but specific ones or bosses or anything like that. But we will definitely work more on it. There were just like some ideas we had right now, but we will keep working on that and keep you updated when we got something more specific. Also, we want to add backtracking to the itemization as well, because Metroidvania players gave us the feedback that they like the backtracking and also like the exploration. So the backtracking helps with the exploration, obviously. And the backtracking could work similar maybe to the rotation things, that maybe we add something like elements to each ability. So each ability has a different element, and then you can destroy like smaller barricades that are not necessary to progress in the game. But having, for example, a firewall and a fire ability or a water ability to cleanse the fire and stuff like that. And then you get like a skill point, for example. We will move on to the gear skill system. Let's start up maybe with showing some abilities. Oh, it came right away. That was like the first ability we created. And the player will always have the rotation ability and 3 other abilities. That's the plan right now. So you will have a resource generating ability and a resource costing ability and an ultimate. Today we want to show the resource generating ability and a resource costing ability. So this one was like a ability that will generate resource for you, and it's like you click once and you create like 3 of these bubbles and they deal damage. And I think we can... and we have like the resource costing ability. It's like a channel ability. You hold down a button and you fire up the beam until your resource is empty, like you can see on the top with our nice UI. And let's see how it works in action. So you can press left click to deal some damage to these enemies. Also in the bottom you can see the level progression for now. There's also a health bar, so you got some XP and got closer to your next level. And also we can use our beam again. Actually, that's pretty much how it works. And the ultimate will work when you kill enemies, deal damage, it's like an old meter. It goes up, and when it's full, you can use your ultimate. But we're not gonna show an ultimate today. There's more to the gear skill system. There are like runes where you can customize your skills. Oh, and the skills, by the way, is bound to gear. So you find gear, equip the gear, and that gives you the ability. And now you can find runes to equip to your gear to customize your skills that come with the gear. That's what we're gonna do now.
Yeah.
Settle that in for a second.
Yeah.
And as you, I don't know if you noticed, but as we leveled up, also your
yes.
stats, what you see on top on the beautiful UI right now, get upgraded as well. So with progressing with your level, you also progress your character stats. Yeah, like little extra points.
Yeah, and the gear upgrades were pretty much like the abilities have some keywords. For example, the Echo Bolt we were showing right now, the generating ability, has a keyword, for example, projectiles, because it's firing 3 projectiles. So you can put each rune with the same tag into it. Like the projectile runes can be added to projectile abilities as well. So they're a little bit classified.
Yeah. Right now we picked up some projectile runes. Before that there were 3 projectiles and now 4. Normally you can choose which rune will go into which gear. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, and you can upgrade your runes as well, so they're more
Yeah.
powerful. So, for example, the rank 1 rune of added projectiles will give you 1 more projectile.
Should we go into the GDD? Is it possible?
Yeah, we can do that. That's a good idea. Because we have like a lot of runes and abilities, like pretty much set up already, but they are not in the in the engine yet in the game.
Maybe it helps to understand what all this means, because I use this list when I programmed.
Yeah, exactly. So these are the Echo Bolts with my beautiful drawings. And here you can see it has like 1 general stat, which means general runes can go into it. General runes can increase the generation of the ability. It can pull enemies in on damage. It can heal on damage. Heal is always party-wide, so when you're playing co-op, take some time until we have co-op, but it will heal the whole party, so your mate you're playing with as well. Or you can slow down the enemies. Also it has the AoE rune, because the projectile deal AoE damage, so you can increase the size of the AoE, or on damage create a area dot that just stays there for a few more seconds and deals a set amount of damage in another time. Also, like how I said, the projectiles, you can increase the amount and the speed of the projectiles itself.
That's what
And also the level of the gear is the level of the player. If you like level 5 or whatever, your damage will increase, and maybe the range and the EPS and stuff. It's all bound to the level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there are also like affixes on the item itself. For example, like resource generation, cooler reduction, stuff like that, attack speed. And they are rolled randomly, so you can always look for the better item. And you can also upgrade the item itself to open more rune sockets. And in the end, you have always space for 3 rune sockets, I think.
Yeah.
That's the plan currently. So you can customize it a lot, like with the runes as well. Also, I don't want to go through every ability we have right now. I think we have like 10, 12. But I want to show like 1 ultimate, I think it is.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, my favorite one is this one. It's like you pretty much on your ultimate you transform into like a golem for 15 seconds, and when you're receiving damage, you summon a smaller golem that's fighting for you for 10 seconds. He's crying already because he has to code it. Something like that. And I really like that. And then there's, for example, the transform rune to increase the duration or the Berserk rune to increase a random stat of you while you are transformed. And also summons, we really wanted to add summons, and you can increase the duration and the amount of summons again.
I really want.
Yeah, I really want. And I asked kindly, is it possible? And you said yes, of course. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, we do summons now. Yeah, that's like one of my favorites. I think it's quite unique as well, like transforming and summoning in the same thing. I really like it. And yeah, I think that's also a great place for you guys to bring ideas for abilities, for ultimates, crazy things, like own ideas or even from other games. What did you like in them? And maybe we can adjust it and put it into our game as well. That's the gear skill system.
I think that was enough.
Yeah, I think we are moving to the next topic here.
A lot of upgrading and customizing.
And that's pretty much with that. Also, we want to talk a little bit about our live stream plans. I think for now we are quite happy with like bringing the live streams like once a month maybe. The last 2 updates we did were videos. What we didn't like about the videos were like we are creating them and then we need time to like for the cutting and stuff. So the information we're giving out may be outdated already. Like when you're getting the video like after 1 or 2 weeks, depending on how complex the video is. So we tried to do the live stream this time, and also we like the interaction it creates because we really want to work with you together as much as possible.
I think not only for the viewers is maybe a bit more fun to watch, but also for us I think it's more natural when we talk in like a group or like in a call like this, and I think it's also because of that more interesting for you guys to enjoy a not very scripted interaction and how we talk about our game and the progress we have.
Also, live stream plans, there's more to come. There will probably be crunch phases in our project, working on the game like 12 hours a day anyway, and we want to stream these days. Like when we're doing like a week of crunching for a prototype or for a playtest, we want to stream it so you can see live how we are.
We get angry.
Yes, exactly. And I think that could be really fun, and also giving like last minute input. Add another golem, please, for example. add a golem ultimate. Could be really fun, and I think we are looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, and there will be crunch phases.
Oh, definitely. Yep. Especially I think the big one will for sure be before the release, and streaming like a week straight before release or something could be really, really cool. The next topic is the player character. Jan, I think that's your part. You can talk about it a little bit.
Player character. We watch this as a VOD on YouTube. It's probably in the thumbnail, I guess, I assume, in the future. Yeah, we never really showed our player character in detail. We're only, for example, on the thumbnails or in a few shorts, and I don't know. We have our Whalekin character here. It's a bit difficult because we don't really have that one main character.
Yeah, they don't look all the same. Like how I said earlier, with the skill tree, when you can choose your class in the beginning, that will determine how your character, like your Whalekin, will look. And that's pretty much it.
The main character is part of a culture, you could say. Yeah. So that's why you don't have that one main character.
These are some concepts for our main character player model. So at the beginning, you choose not only your special abilities, but those abilities also change the look of your Whalekin. For example, the color, maybe it's not like the ornaments are not orange or something, or they can be red, or exact colors are not set yet. So we are looking into that. But so the player can get a bit of customization and make the main character that they are playing a bit more of their own and have a unique playing experience for themselves.
Yeah, also like where this idea originated from was like with our co-op idea, because we didn't want to have like two main characters walking together. It would just destroy the immersion, and so we decided that you're not playing like the one main character of the whole story, but just one part of it. So each player can control a different part of like the story. Then also like the model got way cleaner in the past few weeks.
Exactly. I think you see a very simple facial rig with this characters, but we can use our Availking for, like, example, thumbnails or something, so we don't always have to just put text or like give it something visually interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That looks cool, man. Well done, Jan.
Don't be scared of this screenshot. It's just a really
Experimentation.
experimentation for in Unity. But yeah, the goal is that later in the game, you'll see that our character will have some glowing, shiny parts at them, so you can identify them better on the screen, and also, like, for example, those feathers or ears, whatever you call
What it's gonna be in the end.
We are not sure yet. So these are the indicators I think David mentioned before that shows you in which direction you turned right now. So they will be in that direction where the normal world gravity is. Exactly. So yeah, everything you see right now is very early prototype. The player model will be reworked very soonly. It will be more optimized for the game. Still, it's the first version I did in like 1 or 2 days, fast in game.
Yeah, I really like the glow on the feathers or ears or whatever they're gonna be.
Yeah.
I really like it. That's really cool. Okay, then we're just gonna talk about the enemies a little bit more. You saw them briefly earlier when I killed them really skilled. I got them, was no problem for me. Yeah, this one is like a... Oh, he's doing weird things right now. Yeah, he's a ranged enemy, and he's supposed to walk on the ground and stop when he can't move in the air.
Yeah, and you should do some of the things.
Yeah, but what he's doing, like he's throwing these Veilkin heads he has in his back at us, and they explode and create like a area of damage. Yeah. But we can kill him. That's good. That's the most important part.
That works? Okay, that works.
Yeah, that worked. And these are enemies that are only supposed to attack you when you're in the same direction or close enough.
Not implemented yet, I remember.
Yeah, it's not implemented yet. So they are pretty much like hiding on their realm, and as soon as you move to the same direction, they're gonna attack you. And they will keep attacking you when you move out of the realm, because they sensed you already. Exactly, that's the two enemy types we have right now. And I think they're quite basic for the beginning, for the first area, for the tutorial area. Can we create more enemies?
If you read, no, you can just read the text that is right.
Aha, yeah. the rotation is doing damage as well. So you can go here and press the rotation ability, and they all take damage. Right now they're still falling off the map. That won't happen in the future. That's pretty much the enemies. We can show some tactical stuff as well.
Yeah, we tried something new this time.
Wow, that looks more complex than when I saw it last time.
I think I added some stuff.
A little bit,
But
yeah.
Unity 6 behavior graph came, and we really liked the idea of visualizing the state the enemy could be, and we just gave it a try, and I think right now we are happy with how it works. And I also thought that it would be nicer for Basti, for example, if he would change some states, he could play around with these nodes and just have the visual feedback directly.
Yeah, I'm always happy not having to see too much code.
Although he now can also fix stuff.
Yeah.
Taught him.
Changed scriptable objects.
I adjusted our scriptable object for our player controller, okay? Yeah, like I think that's really cool. It also not only helps, especially me, to create something new for the enemy, some new behavior, but also it's much easier for me to test things before getting it out. So I think it will, in the end, we will benefit from this a lot and have like much more interesting enemies, I believe.
Yeah, I also think it's good for debugging and finding errors in our code, because we can easily debug the behavior graph and see where exactly the enemy would break. I think it's a nice option, and we just want to give it a try, and right now we're happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and I can't wait to work with it. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Actually, we had 2 more points that we showed throughout our stream. It was like the environment preview, which you saw obviously in the background. Also that there are more assets to come. What David was talking about earlier, that there will be like more assets that show the player the direction, and having more details in the background. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it for today. We are super happy that people showed up and even wrote in chat. Thank you so much. And hopefully see you next live stream next month in the beginning of next month.